people that stuck through the worst. Back when I was calling myself the first. I ain't know it then, but I had to learn. Now it's my dream, no longer deferred. I step on the scene, I get to the bag. Gotta go hard, I owe to my dad. Gave me the things that he never had. He gave me a dream, he showed me the path.
Thank you to Rhonda, our wonderful liaison for Village of Parkland. She has helped us connect over this pandemic. I cannot do this without her.
Hands in the sky, if you gotta go, just follow your dreams and go for the goal. Don't give me your peace and touch with the lows. Gotta be free, go tend to your soul. They thought they could change me, I never go. Problem child that don't got no home.
Me working with the pandemic, I love it. I love working with each and every individual that comes out here. I love it. For me to receive free groceries for my family, I love it. It helps me out a whole lot.
Unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, 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 yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, unstoppable, unstoppable.
My name is Mama Lura. I came to the art and I had my vaccination here. Like to come down to the art to visit because it's a nice place to visit.
I'm thankful I can never stress. I smile, I know that I'm blessed. Fighting for truth, I'm put to the test. Going for gold, won't settle for less. And me and my guys, you ready for war? Describe purple, thought I told you before. It's my world, so I gotta evolve. I guess that's the end, problem solved. Yeah, you can take your throne. Don't be scared, just go. It's your time, let's roll. This what you've been waiting for.
I love the ARC because they have great opportunities for the community.
Don't let no one steal your show. Time to let the whole world know. Yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, 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 yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, unstoppable, unstoppable. I'm making it path on my own. I'm trying to get it and find my home. Hands in the sky, if you gotta go, just follow your dreams and go for the goal. Don't give me your peace and touch with the lows. Gotta be free, go tend to your soul. They thought they could change me, I never go. Problem child that don't got no home. Yeah.
Because the art has showed me a lot to deal with as far as the community and the people that we have coming in the community. We are so thankful for the art being here in Southeast DC.
No one steal your show, time to let the whole world know. Yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, 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 yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, unstoppable, unstoppable.
We've actually built a stronger and more resilient bond with the community, and we're growing and learning more about the community every single day.
Buckle up, now let's go for a ride. Remember you told me that I had to strive. Well, look what I'm doing, I hope it's alright. I'm thankful I can never stress. I smile, I know that I'm blessed. Fighting for truth, I'm put to the test. Going for gold, won't settle for less. And me and my guys, you ready for war? Describe purple, thought I told you before. It's my world, so I gotta evolve. I guess that's the end, problem solved. Yeah, you can take your throne. Don't be scared, just go. It's your time, let's roll. This what you've been waiting for. They gon' try to stop you, try to steal your show. Don't let no one steal your show. Time to let the whole world know. Yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, 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 yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable, 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 yeah.
People call me a lot of things, a pastor, a motivator, a comedian. I am your host tonight for the 2021 Resilience Hub AfterDark at the Arc virtual celebration. Hello to all who tuned in tonight. I am thrilled to be your host. I am Lonnie B, an artist, a comedian, a content creator, and I'm right here from Southeast DC. My connection to the art is a special one. I've used these stages here to share my art with the world and my community. During the pandemic, I have expanded my platforms and stayed connected, and I'm glad I can do that with you all tonight. This gala celebrates the Resilience Hub of the Arc in building bridges across the river, supporting families east of the Anacostia River, and staying connected in a time like no other. Tonight, you're going to hear all about the incredible work in the community, from leadership of building bridges and the ARC partners' response to the pandemic, to hearing the stories of the amazing people who live in the community, surviving and thriving. You are in for a night to remember. Now, I am honored to introduce your Building Bridges Across the River board member and 2021 AfterDark chair, Vanya Smith.
Wow, thank you, Lonnie, and welcome everyone. I'm Vanya Smith, your 2021 AfterDark Gala Chair. I'm an attorney here in Washington, D.C., and a member of the Board of Directors of Building Bridges Across the River since 2013. The thing that keeps me so excited about this organization is the fact that I get to see the great work that Building Bridges Across the River does in this community. If you tuned in right at the beginning of the program, you saw clips of our food distribution efforts over this past year, and a lot of the work that we did in our community. I want to acknowledge two individuals in particular who have worked tirelessly week after week, giving back to support the Resilience Hub at the ARC. Rhonda Mitchell and Lisa Smith, we could not have done this without you. And we are so thrilled that your efforts were celebrated when you were named 2020 Washingtonians of the Year in Washingtonian Magazine. Our campus and organization has turned into a true hub of resilience thanks to our partners. I welcome you all to visit this campus, to feel the vibrancy of this community, and to experience all the ARC has to offer. It is because of all of you that I am confident that we will continue to resiliently weather this storm together.
My name is Rasan Bernard, and I am the president of Building Bridges Across the River. Thank you so much to our AfterDark chair, Vanya Smith, for her leadership of tonight's virtual celebration. Tonight, you will hear about how our organization has transformed into a hub of resilience for families east of the river. We also couldn't have done this without all of you watching tonight, especially our Bridge Builder sponsors. the Allison and Terry Collins Foundation, Tony and Ned Brody, Michelle Freeman and the Carl M. Freeman Foundation, Jack Davies and Kate Kendall, Exelon, Lynn and Joe Horning, Ted and Lynn Leonsis, Judy and John Ritz, and of course, our very own Lisa and Chris Smith. Thank you to all of our generous sponsors who have contributed in support of our After Dark celebration. We hope the stories you're about to hear inspire you to give generously tonight. At any point tonight, you can make a gift to Building Bridges Across the River by texting the number on your screen.
The power of sharing our humanity and stories keep us connected. So many friends have supported the good work and leadership over the years since the ARC opened its doors in 2005. Now you get to hear from a special friend to Building Bridges and the ARC.
Hi everyone, Michelle Freeman here. First of all, I want to say how proud I am to be a part of the ARC family. What that has meant to me as a philanthropist over the years is that I know that every dollar I give to this organization is touching families in Southeast on Mississippi Avenue. So tonight we're celebrating all the good that the ARC does in folks' lives. And so next you'll be hearing from the difference that the ARC has made to folks right around here in this neighborhood through the pandemic and over the last few years. We're really celebrating resiliency tonight. And we're celebrating what the ARC and Building Bridges does for the community. Text the word BUILD to 243-725. And know that of all the organizations you can give to in our great city, this organization is bringing hope and joy and change into people's lives.
The ARC is a great place to be a school because it allows us, our staff, our students, our families to really take advantage of all the great things that our partners do here. Everyone from the Boys and Girls Club to the Washington Ballet, DC Central Kitchen, Children's National. Just there's so many different activities and programs that we're able to use just by way of being located here, and I love that.
When you think about that saying, it takes a village, I think that the ARC is the epitome of what that means. It always feels like a family here, and there are so many resources for families, whether it be education, childcare, or healthcare. You can find it here.
The ARC is so full of community resources. We utilize the ARC farm every Friday. Our boys go out there and plant seeds and learn about urban farming. We are partnered with Washington School of Ballet, which does CrossFit for our boys. Levine's School of Music teaches music to our boys. The Meditation Center trains our staff in meditation. We are so resourced here being at this space.
So incidentally, the Phillips Collection was born during a pandemic in 1921. And so our response was about art and wellness. We have so far passed out over 2,500 art and wellness kits, which include PPE and art material.
So one of the first things we did, like most colleges and universities, we pivoted to online instruction. We trained our students as well as our faculty and went to provide online virtual instruction. The second thing that we did was adhere to DC Department of Health requirements. Students were required to wear masks. They were required to social distance. Hand sanitizers were placed throughout the campus. And so with all these strategies, we helped to keep Trinity safe.
The pandemic. I think everyone has struggled on the onslaught of the pandemic, but made their way through. With Apple Tree, we knew that we had to stay in touch with our families. It was important that we stayed connected through communication. We developed a virtual learning platform for our children, as well as wellness programs to just check in with our families to make sure if they needed something and we could provide it, we would make sure the resources were available.
Currently, Outreach is holding classes online on Zoom, and I'm teaching one of the classes. And to get everybody the resources that they need, we've been arranging drop-offs and pickups here at the ARC.
We have adapted. Our students are learning and growing, and they have really set up their spaces at home to be able to take ballet class. So they have utilized everything from their dresser to their kitchen counter to a chair, or even purchasing a ballet bar. Even some dancers made their own ballet bar. So they've been very creative at home in providing the supplies to take ballet class. The parents and guardians have been very supportive, and our faculty has really done a great job in delivering the syllabus online over Zoom.
Our pandemic response, from the moment DC shut down and we issued an emergency here, DC Central Kitchen was mobilized as an essential service. So our pandemic response is all about community and community engagement. We've been serving mobile feeding meals to seniors, to school-age children since the pandemic started in 2020.
We were able to quickly transition to an all virtual atmosphere. We teach all of our lessons and classes virtually, and have been since the pandemic started. We're in the process of putting together a reopening plan, but keeping safety at the topmost importance.
We are so proud of our WSG community. Our community rose to the challenge of COVID. We had a 95% attendance rate, and we couldn't do it without our partners. We are so grateful for the work of the ARC and how the safety precautions helped us to come into campus. Our students grew during this time, and never before has the partnership between home and school been more important than it was this past year.
So throughout the pandemic, Children's National has continued to provide comprehensive services. We have also successfully implemented telehealth services. We also used our mobile medical program to pilot drive-up, walk-up vaccine clinics that service children throughout the district.
During the COVID-19, a lot of the programs in the DC metro area had to close down. So we invited and supported their efforts to come to Covenant House and support their programs, because we want to work together and partner together to make sure that none of the youth who are facing the homelessness that they're facing will fall through the cracks. And I think that was the best partnership we can do in 2020 and moving into 2021.
We are a unique meditation center, and we are here to serve people in this area. We have a project with Children's National right here at the ARC, one of our partners.
Heal the Healers Now is going to bring meditation to everyone who works in healthcare.
Our stress level is down. We start our staff meetings with a TM session. We are connecting more with our patients. What it's been able to do for us is offer it as well to the families that we're working with and the children that they have.
I've been enjoying myself here at the ARC, helping people in the community with their struggles with the pandemic, and I truly enjoy my first time giving back, doing volunteer work.
Yeah, and I'm Denise Johnson. This is my husband, Willis. And as far as the pandemic goes, people have been so good and kind to us. And again, we decided we wanted to give back. So when Rhonda told us about building bridges and what we do here at the ARC, then I said, yes, I'm going to go. So I've been coming here for a little over a year now, since into the pandemic. Well, it's been over a year. I started, I think, in September of last year, so it's been close to a year. And I've been enjoying myself. The people's faces when they come through the lines, they're just so grateful and so happy. And I'm so glad they had this opportunity that
Amen.
People here are actually feeding seniors, feeding children, mothers with little children. And again, we have a young man here who's disabled, but he is the best volunteer and has the best attitude. So I just want to thank, Building Bridges for this opportunity to even allow us to be volunteers here and to do the work that they're doing here. We are just so blessed and so thankful.
Being a community member, I am a resident of Ward 8, of course, and I heard that the vaccine was being administered here at the ARC, which is very close to me. So as soon as I had the opportunity, I signed up and said, get me in as quickly as you can. It was a no-brainer for me. Hands down, as soon as it was offered to anyone, I was ready. My wife is a principal here in, Ward 7, and school offered her the vaccine through there. So as soon as I could get it in the neighborhood, I jumped at the chance as quickly as possible because I did not want to have half of my household kind of good to go and then, me bringing any and everything back into the household. It was seamless, actually, when I came in the door. Being a Lyft driver, I am still at risk, even wearing a mask every day, requiring passengers to wear them, me wearing them. Having the vaccine did put me at ease a little bit more.
Once I was convinced to get the vaccine, they told me that it would take a week before I could get an appointment. Once I got my appointment, I was already working here because I was on the front lines for the vaccination site. It was really easy and simple. They sent me in and I was able to get my shot within 10 minutes. I have gotten calls and people just checking in on me, making sure that everything was okay because of my concerns. Now that I've received the vaccine, I believe that it gave me a little bit more room to want to move outside and or feel more comfortable going to the grocery store. My household is also vaccinated, so by me being able to come home vaccinated and knowing that not only was I keeping myself more safe, I was keeping my household more safe. It made me feel really good on a daily basis, knowing that I can still go out, help people, come home, and not bring any issues.
Earlier tonight, we experienced DC's own Malik Dope, who is showing us through his artistry you can't mute DC. Malik, keep doing you. And y'all get ready for more homegrown talent up next.
Hi, I'm Maria Manuela Goyanes. I'm the artistic director of Woolly Mammoth Theater Company. This year, we all actually started an academy with artists in residence, SpitDat. It's called the SpitDat Academy, and had Ward 7 and 8 residents actually working on their spoken word and their artistry. So now you're going to see a special performance of Homegrown.
Who am I? I'm those boulevards, las calles, the streets, las avenidas, the cuts, and the alleys. I'm 49th Street Northeast, Georgia Avenue Northwest, Good Hope Road Southeast, Independence Avenue, you name it, I'm all of those combined. But you can just call me the streets. See, people who resided here used to have a code. It goes, women and children are untouchable. Never bite the hand that feeds you, and always give back to where you came from. But that's more like history as opposed to a lifestyle now. You now have people shooting aimlessly and aiming at women, children, and the fam. Y'all don't give me enough credit. I've been here before any of you got here, even before Mr. Columbus. I can tell you stories and legends from way before your time. Like Suburban Gardens is 1921, the first Black-owned amusement park right here in D.C. At 50th and Hayes, it was a safe space for African Americans because they were excluded from all the other nearby parks. Or have you heard about any of the other rich and colorful history? You probably haven't, but that's a discussion for another time. I look a little more refined now. I've had multiple makeovers. But my stories run deeper than any new layer of pavement, cement, or brick. I led to many heartbreaks and happily ever afters. I have connected friends and lovers, the homies, the hopeful, and hopeless. Am I really the bad guy? That answer may change depending on who you ask. They tell you to avoid me at all costs, but I see myself very differently, detrimental or beneficial. I can see heroes in what some consider criminals. Sure, there are real criminals, but most have been simply mislabeled for whatever ulterior motive they chose at the time. I feel right but dangerous. I have created scholars and scientists, the ones that graduated with diplomas and those that got them off the block. I have witnessed people becoming victimized and also saviors. I have created writers, producers, teachers, middlemen, and more. My home is everywhere. I have been a place for tears and laughter, double dutch and tag. I have holes big enough to swallow babies. I can smell like everything. But at any given moment, you may get wafts of mumble sauce with salt, pepper, ketchup on the fries. I have been adopted by some who have no place to call home. I'm a bastard. I'm home to the New Balance steppers in the hood and the white collar folks in hoods. I don't discriminate. I love and embrace everyone who chooses me. I don't see color or your past. Don't judge me, because I won't judge you. Let's become besties. You need me to balance you out. Ultimately, these streets will always be home.
Building bridges across the river has transformed into a hub of resilience for our community east of the river. I want to take this time to thank our team of frontline workers at Building Bridges who, through their sacrifice and commitment, showed up daily to respond to the community, keeping the vision of our organization at the forefront. Not only did our team facilitate our community engagement efforts, they also supported our partners at THEARC as they too navigated uncertain times. At THEARC, we started as a food hub through our partnerships with Martha's Table, DC Central Kitchen, the Capital Area Food Bank, W.C. Smith, and so many others. But we didn't stop there. We became a resource hub, providing household items, cleaning supplies, and toiletries for families. As many of our partners started working in a hybrid format, we turned into a digital hub, helping people get connected at THEARC and in our computer lab at the Skyland Workforce Center. Our ICANN program prioritized virtual learning, our farms continued feeding, and our 11th Street Bridge Park joined Martha's Table, Far Southeast Family Strengthening Collaborative, and Bread for the City to lead Thrive, the largest cash transfer program in the country, supporting 500 families in our community. In February, we stepped up again. We became a healthcare hub, partnering with Giant to vaccinate more than 5,000 residents. Today, our focus is ensuring that we build and strengthen partnerships to meet the needs of our community.
CSA and Farmers Market is how we distribute our food to the community. We want to make sure that people are able to come to volunteer. This area right here is our in-ground road, bulk of our production farm. This is where we grow all our crops for the CSA and our Farmers Market.
We have been really busy. We've had a lot of people coming in. Obviously, there's a lot of people who are out of work right now. Also, our computer lab has been in very high demand, and also the digital literacy classes that we offer now more than ever, being connected virtually to opportunities is really important.
Our instructors are very, very efficient, and I've learned a lot.
This is our first experience into this virtual setting with our interns. The production challenge is how we culminate our summer experiences, and it's really a way for us to assess how our interns have taken in all that our instructors have taught them over this 5-week period.
You can do that. You just have to make sure that you speak up for yourself, make connections, do networking, and then going into the entrepreneurship class. It was like, okay, once you've done that networking, this is how you have to build that business. This is how you have to build your empire.
We've really seen COVID-19 exacerbate the existing health and economic inequalities that are happening in this city, that happened pre-pandemic.
Unemployment and underemployment is an issue, and when you look at the median income, it's $34,000. That's not a livable wage by any means, and certainly not in DC.
We've seen the highest number of infections, we've seen the highest numbers of mortality, we've seen some of the highest numbers of job loss, and the idea for Thrive really began with how can we take our individual resources and combine them for a much larger impact in the community?
If you want to fight poverty, one of the best ways is to help people with income insecurity, and that's what this project essentially does. It's about attacking poverty at its root, which is the lack of income and the disparities that people experience in income.
It started primarily as anti-displacement measures. How do we ensure that Ward 8 families who've lived here for generations can stay and thrive in place?
It's more of a need than a want. And with the help, my need was met.
I'm 100% sure that most of our families, if not almost all of them, are going to spend this money the right way. And this is going to give us the data to prove with an economic boost, we can move families out of poverty and truly into the middle class. And that's what this is about.
What a night! Thank you all for coming together tonight virtually to celebrate the Resilience Hub at the ARC. We invite you to continue to keep supporting this great organization. Have a great night and thanks for joining us.
Mr. Tate was right.
much time wasted.
playing games with love. Hey. So many tears I cried, so much pain inside, but baby it ain't over till it's over. So many years I tried to keep a love alive, but baby it ain't over till it's over. Clap your hands for me, come on. It goes B to the I to the A to the M, yeah. Hey. O to the N to the D to the purple love. D to the I to the A to the M, hey. O to the N to the D to the purple love. Come on, B, let's do it again. Say it. I said D to the I to the A to the M, yeah. O to the N to the D to the purple love. Hey. D to the I to the A to the M. Woo. O to the N to the D to the purple love. Hey, hey, hey. So many tears I cried, so much pain inside, but baby it ain't over till it's over. So many years I tried to keep a love alive, but baby it ain't over till it's just on pace, yeah. Give me that pace, so. Give me that pace, yeah. Yeah. Hey. I'ma take it back for you. Yeah, the truth about her only, she's a sweet little girl, about the sweetest little girl in the whole wide world. She make the toughest song for deep in love. See what you with her only, you would never give her up. A special kind of girl that makes her daddy feel proud. You know the kind of girl that sits out in crowd. Find a tenderoni and the roni is so right. Hey, give me that, give me that, give me that bass. Come on. Come on, baby. Give it, give it. Hey. It goes D to the I to the A to the M, yeah. O to the N to the D to the purple love. D to the I to the A to the M. O to the N to the D to the. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that bass. I hope you're partying with us. Listen, I say the truth about her only, she's a sweet old girl, about the sweetest little girl in the whole wide world. She make the toughest song for deep in love. See what you with her only, you would never give her up. A special kind of girl that makes her daddy feel proud. You know the kind of girl that sits out in crowd. Find the tenderoni and the roni is so right. I think I'm gonna love her for the rest of my life. Woo! Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, we are Black Alley, right here from Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for joining us. After Dark at the ARC. Let's keep it going. Yeah. I can spot you haters about a mile away. All that talking down, I just said come up pay. Talking go away and knock around away. Fresh about the water, you gon' drown today. Ow. Listen, you cannot just make me see now. Wasn't shooting in the gym when you so asking. Ow. I deserve a refund. We built the city, now y'all taxing us like we done. They wanna fight, I give you a reason. Look, I ain't asked you for no threesome, please son. Always trying to free some, get money, make you sick to your stomach. We got free tums, and you know the party isn't over till about threesome. That mean it isn't over until we done. You say there's too much noise in the streets, huh? These out of towners calling the police, huh? They like, oh yeah, that's a ticket. I don't know, don't make me curse. Yeah, that's the vision. Black Alley take you to the light. Yeah, that's the vision. What we cruising is impossible. That's a mission, that's a mission. While you tripping, we been ballin', you been missing. Our city's dope, like water whipping. Like how you hating on the kitchen? And you know the party isn't over till about 3 shots. That mean it isn't over until we done. You say there's too much noise in the streets, huh? These out of town